Hello everybody, this is Gray Hughes of Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube. Let's start off the video by hitting the like button. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it. I know if you're a troll out there, even if you like the video, you won't hit the like button. So this video today is a video of me walking along the ridge over here to almost to the crime scene over here. So you get a really good feel of what it looks like in the woods. Kelsey and my wife are also with me, so I guess we all did it together, and Kelsey offered to take us around on that path. It's a really well-worn path. Obviously many people have been on that path and trail. So what we're going to be doing is walking around like this, and as you can see right here, here's the start of the bridge, what it looked like in 2017. All right, so let's take a look at this video we were watching last night, and you can see there's the start of the bridge right there. And if you back up a little bit, there's this little path that starts going up there. It wasn't as worn as it is now back then, but there's a little path that goes up right there, and I believe that's the spot where we end up going up here in just a minute. So my video that you're looking at right now starts a few feet onto what was then the bridge, where it's now a long paved platform. In fact, the entire trail from the Freedom Bridge to the Monenhigh Bridge is now paved. All right, so here is what it looks like now. If I look down on the ground, there's the start of the old bridge right there where the color change is there on the ground. And let's start walking. And just past this sign here, we'll turn to the right and go up into the woods. And you can see again, it even goes uphill just like the old video that I showed you from 2017 a minute ago. So you go up, and when you're up here, it does split. You can go two different directions. I don't know what is that way, but obviously there's another path that goes back there, and I'm not really sure where that heads. I guess we could pause it really quick and take a look at Google Earth and see where that might go. So I guess that kind of heads off in this direction somehow. Yeah, that's sort of interesting, that path there. Some people aren't really convinced that Richard Allen went through the cemetery and out on West 300 North. And what if he did go back this way, and then when he was over here in this area, he cut back up on whatever path that is, and maybe it leads out here and comes out. Don't know, I hadn't really thought of that until just now while making this video. So here we go. This is the path we're taking this day that takes you to the crime scene. I think I was about something like 50, 60 yards short of the crime scene when I went out there. Now, one thing to look at, just to as a reference, is look at all of the wood and twigs that are on the ground. If I could tell you right now, if you put a body on the ground right there, somebody could claim these sticks make antlers. All right, there are no antlers on Abby's head in the photographs. I have seen the photographs. I am absolutely certain those aren't antlers, and nor were they intended to look like antlers. Of course, they're not actual antlers, but they weren't even twigs placed to look like antlers. And I think at any given time, you could probably pause, like right there even, and look down and go, oh my God, look, it's a rune! It's a rune, everybody. Can you see it? Which one is it? Let's try to find the one that looks the closest. In fact, it could be this one right here, everybody, but just flipped upside down. Oh, wait, it's this one. It's the Q here. Can you see it? Let me show you. Look at this. Right there, everybody. It's the Q. My God, it's right there, right in front of our face. See it? It's right there. Oh my God, I'm believing now. Oh, Jesus. And here we go. We're walking on the path. And I was being sarcastic for those of you out there that don't know me. And we're just continuing to walk. Now at any time you can just pause and look at all the branches and twigs and various things. Easy to find when you're out there. Especially when there's no leaves on the trees. They're just tons of branches. Probably after the storms of the winter came through, they knocked branches off and twigs. Again, just look at this. Never ending. And we're now on the path. Let me go up to Google Earth here. We're probably somewhere around in this area at this point. And it's a really steep cliff there. Big drop off. And there's my wife and Kelsey back there. And I think we're getting near the highest point back here. It does make it, that other trail is interesting though, isn't it? I mean, I don't know if that was there during the time of the murders, but if he came back on this exact same trail, which is really pretty easy to do, he then could have cut up that other trail, and wherever that leads, maybe it leads back out somewhere on West 300 North, closer to like the Hoosier Harvest Store area, or even where the Mears property is. So here we go. We're now starting to turn to the right, which if you go to Google Earth is going to be somewhere in this area right there. Somewhere right around in there. And let's just pause it again and see what kind of, look at that. Are those runes right there? Let's see, what do we need to, what rune can we make that one into? Let's see. Yeah, don't really see it. Can't really see it at this point. But yeah, there's branches and a log there, and they're just all over the place. I mean, any side that you look on, look at this. They're everywhere. And I keep pointing that out because I want people to understand that. How easy it was. Now, yes, one of the branches that was on, I believe, Abby, I don't remember exactly which person, but it looked like it was cut with a knife or something. All right. So did somebody, use the same knife that they used to commit the murders? Did they cut a branch off? I don't know. But they definitely didn't bring a branch with them, everybody. And you can see why. Why would they bring a branch with them when there's tons of branches out there? And also the guy on the bridge, he's not holding a branch. So likely just found a branch out there, or cut one off really quick near where the crime scene was. But I don't even know why you would even need to do that. It could have just been there from somebody else, cutting the paths. People did walk on this path here before the murders. It was here. It just wasn't as worn as it is now. See, again, look at all this. It's everywhere. And I'm not sure if I go that way or no, I don't. Not sure why it gets blurry there for a minute. That's exactly how I felt, that blurry look that you see there when I went down and tried to get back up that massive slope that exists at the end of this path here. Or not at the end of it, but near the end. Okay, so yes, this is the way we went. So there was another way there too, and where that leads, I don't know. Be interesting for somebody to go out there now, when most of the leaves are off the trees, and go walking down each one of those paths and see where they lead. And maybe see if you can determine if they were there at the time. I would think some of these are deer hunting trails, I guess. So again, look at the ground. Absolutely covered. Branches, twigs, everywhere. But of course, the twigs that were at the crime scene were Odinous runes, Odin runes, and obviously some were taken to form antlers. because that needs to be put in there to sell the narrative that there were antlers and runes, to sell the narrative that there was an Odinist cult involved in the murders, which is just absolutely bogus. Now look how steep this hill is. This is very steep here. I would say almost 45 degrees. So you're coming down, and when we get to the bottom, I'll show you on Google Earth where this is. You can't see it in 2017 very well, but you can definitely see it in the 2012, I think it's even February 2012, Google Earth, or is it 2014 maybe, image on Google Earth that shows exactly where this is. So if you turn, look at, that's how steep this is. And obviously this is a ravine here. And then we're just about down to the middle of the ravine. Okay, so here we are right now. I'll just pause it right there. And then let's go to Google Earth. And this is right over in this area. You can kind of make out something going on right there differently. But if you go back to, yes, it was 2012 February, you can really see it right there. So I'm currently standing about right here, you know, maybe even right there, something like that. And now we're going to go up the next hill here on the other side of the ravine. And again, branches everywhere. Now we're down in the area, getting closer to the crime scene. I didn't quite make it there. I didn't know exactly where it was and wasn't planning on even walking around on this path at the time. It was just something offered to me at the last minute, and I went, oh, geez, okay, let's do it. And they didn't follow me down here. They're at the top up there. But there's the ravine, and up in that direction is the cemetery, up in there. Oh my God, that must have been an Odinist who cut off that bark there. And again, look at the ground, everybody. Is that a rune right there? Oh, geez. Oh, look at that one right there. A whole bunch of runes. Basically, you could look on the ground and find a rune in twigs. It's like throwing up matchsticks and watching them land on the ground. All right, so let's see. Let me go back to when I was heading out this direction. So here I am going down that steep hill again, and now I'm on the other side. Let's see if we can point out the crime scene. My computer is, fans are running really hard right now because this software doing the 360-degree video is very graphic intensive. So I think I make it just past, almost to this tree right there. There's the ravine. Again, there's the bark off the tree. And I think I just made it to there because there are, I guess there's poison oak all over the place. And if you look on the ground, I don't know what any of this stuff is, and I didn't really want to get any further. I had shorts on. Again, I wasn't planning on walking through the woods like that. So there's the ravine back there, and so I'm probably on the map somewhere right around here. Okay, the crime scene is right there, so I'm very close. So from where I'm at, if you look to the right, you can see the edge over here. So there's a drop off right over there. So the crime scene is right over there. So if I kept walking, and probably in the distance where this tree is back there, somewhere in that area is the crime scene. Just didn't quite make it there. But as you can see, if you look on the ground everywhere, see, somebody will see this and say that that was intentional. That was an intentional design put on the ground. When I see it, it just looks like branches on the ground. Oh, Gray, that's because your eye isn't trained to see Nordic runes. Well, I guess that's true. I guess that's true. All right. So that was the trip out along the cliff to the crime scene. And as you can see, my drone footage that I did the other day made it just a little bit short of that even, because here is where they crossed the creek right around in this area. You can definitely see the entire island from the drone footage. So we were almost there, very close. This is where they have their GPS coordinates. The crime scene, however, is right here. I think if I go down to, let me turn it all on. Yeah, so there's where the crime scene is right there. Okay, so I think it is interesting, though, if somebody wants to go out there and walk the trail that went that direction, where does it lead? Because it would be quite interesting if it went sort of through the woods, up behind the tracks there, and then out. Or it could have just came out right here, and then he walked to the road and out, but then there was no sighting in front of the Hoosier Harvest Store here. So I guess it would be possible then, if he went like this, he continued walking, if there's a trail, and came out over here, and that's where Sarah Carbaugh saw him in this general area, and then he made his way to his vehicle, which is, it's crazy looking at, it's almost hard to make it out, because this is before the highway was put in. Wow, look at the difference everything looks back then. That's crazy. So that's State Road 25, and that's insane. How much difference. Let's go right there to now. Look at that. Bam. Totally changed. So that was State Road 25 before, and then here is where the Freedom Bridge is. I forgot how drastic that was of a change over those years. So that's February of 2012 there. September 2014, they're building it now. The abandoned CPS building is still there. And that's 2018, it's still there, and then it's gone by July 2022. All right, well, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video and have a little better perspective now, just at how many branches and twigs are on the ground. It isn't just leaves on the ground, there are branches and twigs everywhere. It also shows you what it looked like in that area. Minus, get rid of the leaves in your mind, and it's open, but that's what the ground would look like. And it shows you generally where the crime scene is and what it looks like out there. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. And if you could hit that like button on the way out the door, I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, everybody, be safe out there.